All right, well, it's really good news. John McCain, the word came in that he dead. Oh, I figure we'll have a little celebration. Cheers.
Cheers. The people of Syria are going to sleep well tonight.
Wow, I gotta be careful with that stuff. It's really, really good news. Really funny. And I just, you know, one of the parts that's the funniest part is that everybody has to now create these lies about, you know, what a great man, you know, it's like people who hated his guts, like Trump, for example. What the hell is he going to say?
He's probably going to be, you know, find some way to be double about it, like say something that sounds complimentary at first and then like kind of...
But under scrutiny could be...
If you interpret it a couple of ways,
I hope so. I mean,
I think he'll do the right thing. Like he's probably...
I hope he
got
doesn't lay
with
down
this.
and do what like CNN... CNN, I saw when they were giving the news, it was like Wolf Blitzer gets on there. You know, he's so full of shit. You know, I mean, he even sounds constipated. He's like, Donald Trump. It was a terrible moment in American history when he called him not a hero. You know, it's like, you know, why don't you just take it? Someday he's gonna take a shit. He's gonna be like, I'm Wolf Blitzer.
It'll sound normal.
Wolf Blitzer.
It'll sound normal.
I found my real voice.
What I just love about the hero narrative is that veterans hate this guy. He single-handedly stood between the Congress and passing this bill in 1992 that would have allowed them to go to Vietnam and get the rest of the prisoners of war who had still been over there. Didn't want any of this to happen. Single-handedly, the entire rest of the Senate was voting for this bill, and John McCain didn't want it.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm just stuck on the fact that I can't wait to read all of the lies. I mean, I already heard Michelle Obama's lie about what a great man he was. You know,
well, he supported all of her husband's wars. Of course, she loved him.
Well, they're two peas in a pod. I mean, you know. But of course, the women of Syria will be muchly relieved.
Yeah, they don't have to worry about quite as much about getting their legs blown off in their sleep. And maybe still a little bit. I mean, there's some problems who are still around who unfortunately don't have brain tumors. But, you know, I mean, it's definitely, I think the Middle East is in markedly less danger now that this man has shuffled off this mortal coil and is now, like, unfortunately he's probably going to be reincarnated as something, and then it's like we'll have some cockroach that's just running around like terrorizing the shit out of all the other cockroaches.
A total piece of shit. You know, the thing about it is, you know, he's a total war hawk, you know. And the problem is that when you label somebody a war hawk, right? There's no taboo about that at all. It's like, tell me something I don't already know about every single person in Washington, D.C. They're all war hawks. So, you know,
you notice it's not even a pejorative term anymore.
That's what I'm saying.
People take it as a badge of honor.
That's right. It's not pejorative. I mean, it's not like, you know, you're a convicted rapist or a convicted, you know, pedophile or something, you know, child rape or something. Okay, that's a deal killer. But you're a war hawk.
Yeah, people call Rachel Maddow is proud to call herself like a liberal hawk or a Pentagon liberal.
You know?
I'm confusing her with somebody else, but it's just it should be a really bad thing to call somebody. Like, you should be fighting words, but no, war hawk is well, that senator's a hawk.
So it's so sad that that's a term that just doesn't have any strength at all. But it's just really, really awesome that he died. And
sometimes there's good news in life. I mean, in this day and age, it's hard to find good news.
And my heart does not go out to his family. I don't care.
His family's a bunch of scumbags.
Scumbags. I don't care about the survivors of him. I don't care about his memory. I don't care. I only care about the hundreds of thousands, millions of people whose lives have been destroyed by this man's direct intervention and policies. He's a thorough piece of human shit. The world is much better off now that John McCain has died. I wish I could go piss on his grave. I'm sure that they'll be...
I was just so happy for that brain tumor to finally accomplish. I was cheering it on all these months. I'm like, go tumor, go. Yeah. Come on, you can do it. Just get up that last hill. And that little tumor, it did. Yeah. It did what it did.
Well, and then he made, you know, but here's what it is, too. They made, of course, everybody's talking about his death in the context of, like, what Trump's reaction is going to be. Oh, okay, everything is Trump, right? And the thing about it is that he specifically made a statement that he doesn't want Trump at his funeral. Okay, so then if...
So you know that Trump's now going to be criticized for not going to his funeral.
To the funeral, or it's going to be that when, you know, like, because it would be really great. I would really, I mean, Trump, it would get my, you know, I think he would like get a lot more credit if he just came out and said, look, I didn't like that guy, I'm glad he's dead. You know, if somebody would finally tell the fucking truth,
I think, actually,
man.
I think I know what he might say. He'll say, well, I have all the respect for him that he had for me.
Yeah, that would be awesome. That would be awesome.
Because John McCain lost no opportunity to poke Trump.
No, he was
and just like calling him a traitor for talking to Vladimir Putin because, you know, then he doesn't get his war in Russia. And, you know, John McCain, when everything in the world is all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail. I did that backwards. But, you know.
Well, everything they
backwards.
said about him was true. Like everything Trump said, like I actually prefer my heroes to not get caught. I mean, it kind of makes some sense. And furthermore, didn't he like rat out?
His code name was Songbird. He made 32 separate recordings for the Vietnamese denouncing the United States. And this guy is the hero. He wasn't even tortured.
He sang.
He wasn't tortured. He sang like within seconds, according to the other prisoners.
Yeah.
As soon as they brought him in, he had broken his arms falling out of the airplane.
Because his daddy was an admiral, by the way, a big time admiral.
And he sang because he didn't want to get tortured. He was so scared that it just took him seconds to start blabbing. And to add insult to injury, he didn't even have anything to say that they needed. They didn't. His information was useless. But they just made him make 32 recordings.
Well, listen. Let's wrap this up. John McCain, we know you're in hell. Let's just say goodbye to John. Let's say goodbye.
Bye, John.
Bye, John, down in hell.
I shit on your grave.
We're pissing on your grave.
Shit on your grave.